Good morning. This is Andrea Hammes Dodge with Ames Chamber of Commerce, and today we're talking about our workforce related to COVID-19. So we have with us our own resident expert, Brenda Dryer. She's our Senior Vice President, oversees our workforce development program. She has a long history in human relations and just working with all of our employers and our employees. So we're excited to have her on to help share some information, particularly with our employers and our employees who are in a really tough spot right now. So Brenda, welcome.
Good morning, Andrea. Good to see you.
I know, we're both working from home. We're taking precautions and trying to minimize the exposure all of our employees in Chamber have. So we're doing our due diligence right now. So this is fun to be able to share this with you guys out there too, live on Facebook.
So I'd like to really start our discussion this morning to talk about that we are working really closely with Iowa Workforce Development to make sure that our businesses understand and really are working to get the message out to their impacted employees that might be adversely affected by what's going on, the process to file for unemployment. There's been lots of information shared, but it's just really key to make sure we're connecting to employees. The sooner they can start the process with workforce development in filing for unemployment benefits online, the better it will be for our organizations as well as for those families. We're being told that if they file online, they can expect a check in 7 to 10 days. And what's important for our employers to make note of is that as impacted employees are making these unemployment claims, that it will not be charged to the employer. So a unique situation, and just really important to make sure that we're getting the message out to folks that don't hesitate. We'll be including information along with this video about how people can go online and actually file for unemployment benefits.
Now, so when we talked earlier, maybe just reiterate this. So an employer who is looking at maybe decreasing an employee's hours, reducing that work, instead of doing that, may want to opt to have them file for unemployment and do a layoff so that they can get these benefits. Is that correct?
So this is what we're hearing, is that we're working really closely. The filing of those benefits will not impact our businesses, and really encouraging access to unemployment. Again, every situation is different, but really I think the thing we can do, the quickest way to get some money into impacted employees and their families is actually to go online at Workforce Development and make that unemployment claim.
Yeah, so I think really we want our employers to be informed of what decisions they're making, how they impact their employees, both now and in the future. And perhaps, you know, if you need to do the tough choices, where everybody's making tough choices right now, and if you need to do some layoffs, you know, it's not firing, but it's layoffs that can be temporary, that helps the employee get benefits. It's, you know, I think it maybe goes against the grain of that we would, you know, wouldn't want to file unemployment, but I think that's the important thing is the resources there for our use, and we need to take advantage of that right now.
And that's a great message, Andrea. The one thing I would also make note of is that there was a webinar, Iowa Workforce Development webinar held yesterday for businesses at noon. I am getting feedback that not everybody either got the message about the webinar or it was full. So Iowa Workforce Development did let me know this morning, and they will start to promote an additional webinar to be scheduled tomorrow, Thursday at noon, again, from an employer standpoint and things they should be doing from a workforce development standpoint with their employees. So I'd encourage our stakeholders to be on the lookout for that. We'll provide information out again and get them to register for that webinar. That's where they're going to find even additional details about what we're talking about right now.
Great. So in the notes for this post, we'll include all the links we can. We'll also post all the links to our website at ameschamber.com. So please log on to learn more about that. And so moving on a little bit, so, at the Chamber, we are one of the connectors in our community. We pride ourselves in being able to connect our members with resources. And so in this case, our employers with employees, employees with potential employers. Brenda, do you want to talk a little bit about some of the things we're doing right now to help help making those connections?
So we're at an interesting time. We all know that, but we know we have businesses that have very unique workforce needs now. And if there is, if we can use our communication platforms to actually make that connection between impacted workforce and some unique workforce opportunities that will help on a greater good. We're encouraging our businesses to get that information to our offices, to me, and we'll make sure that we push that out. We know that there are places that need workforce, stocking shelves, filling orders, our healthcare providers. So again, we'd like to take those unique opportunities and use our communications and push those out. Again, in our role to be a connector to try to make some of those things happen quick.
And also then we want to just share, not everybody knows, but hopefully they will soon. We have a website, a job board. It's free, a free job board called workatames.com, and it's for Story County and so Ames and all of Story County. So Brenda, do you want to talk a little bit about that?
So, workatames.com has been around a number of years. It gets a lot of searches for people looking for employment. It's really a one-stop area for somebody seeking employment in Story County. I'd like to stress that it is free to use. Our offices approve all employers. And so we've got a number of us that are connected to Work at Ames that are approving employers. This is also another tool if you need workforce to use to get those opportunities posted at no charge. They can be short-term, they can be long-term opportunities, just another place that has a broad exposure to place those jobs. It's also a place for you to direct those employees that may be looking for work, that they should maybe begin a job search on that site. Again, that's workatames.com. Our employers can't post until we approve you, and we're working very quickly to get that done as we receive those notifications.
Wonderful. So we know that, trying to get resources out to our members, we actually received some great resources recently from McFarland Clinic here in Ames. So if you want to talk to us a little bit about those resources and how important it is for our employers to look at those.
So our great friends at McFarland Clinic reached out to us this morning. They had provided information out through their channels, important information for businesses related to what do you do if you have an employee that's not feeling well? What do you do if you feel like you have an employee that maybe have been exposed? We're really encouraging our employers. I know we're all busy trying to manage a lot of things, but take time to open up the McFarland email. We'll also be pushing that information out. There's really key information that can not only help your business, but also can make sure that we're streamlining our communications with our healthcare partners. So again, take time to review the McFarland information. There's great documents about frequently asked questions, and I think it will be very beneficial to all of us that serve really in a human resources role, or as our businesses are trying to make good decisions. That's a good place to start.
Great. And so again, we'll share those links and information from our social media as well as on ameschamber.com. Now, another topic that's really high right now for workforce is daycare. So our schools are closed. People are working from home, or if they can work from home, working from home. There's a lot going on out there with daycare. Can you tell us what's going on from your standpoint?
So, when you don't have schools in session and you have younger children that are school age and your daycare provider may have closed due to being a larger organization, And we have employers that need to keep people working. We have a lot of our manufacturing community that it's key that they keep working. Obviously, our healthcare providers, our emergency personnel, they have kids, and we need to be considering how do we deal with the situations we're facing on daycare. What I would tell you is, in really quick order, we have a cross section of representatives from across Story County, led by the United Way, the Chamber. We're involved in those conversations. And as soon as we have clear guidance on maybe some short-term daycare solutions, we'll be using our channels to push out that information. So again, continue to feed us information you have related to unique daycare needs. We can make sure those situations are included in on our conversation. But again, be assured that these are regular conversations that we're working on together to try to identify a solution that'll allow the people that need to get to work and know that their children are being cared for in a safe way, in a situation that will allow them to focus on what they need to focus on.
I think that's a really great message to share, that so many people right now are working through this, and we're here to help, and we will continue to share updates as we receive them to help connect our members and all of our community with the resources needed to get through this really challenging time. But again, I think our message we've been sharing is together we will get through this. Our community will be stronger on the backside, but it will be tough in the middle. So we appreciate everybody's patience and understanding and working together. Give us a call if we can be of assistance. We're at 515-232-2310. Again, visit us on our website at ameschamber.com. If you're looking for a job or looking for employees, go to workinames.com and we'll get you set up there. And again, just reach out if we can be helpful. Brenda, any last words to our members?
No, well, I think our goal is to continue to keep you updated with the most current workforce information that we know and have. I assume you'll see more of Andrea and I as we move ahead over the next days.
Great. Thank you so much. And thank you everybody for your time today.